What is up, everybody? It's CJ Plays here, and I'm back with another Rockwood Island renovation video. So the house that we're going to be furnishing today is called the Daisy. It is a technically 2-bedroom, 3-bathroom home, technically. I'll explain. So this house is for a sim that's in the daycare profession. So this sim that lives here, y'all, has went through a lot of stuff in life. She was married, she had a kid, however, she got a divorce, and she had to raise her son all on her own. And she just sacrificed a lot in life and worked really hard in life and stuff like that. And now that her son is grown and moved out, I feel like she's trying to discover a new passion in life. And she kind of just fell into taking care of other people's children. I guess it was more like a favor type thing, like, oh, hey, can you watch so-and-so while I go to the store? But that kind of turned into like a business for her, so to speak. So she kind of like converted her whole entire house into a daycare center. So you'll see right now, I'm kind of like putting in some couches. I kind of wanted to go for a more lived in kind of vibe for this house. I have some older outdated furnishing. So we have like the big gigantic entertainment center TV from the 70s, 80s, and 90s stuff pack. We have like the older looking couch from Generations and this one from the base game. I kind of wanted to like mix and match and just kind of like make this look more lived in, if that makes sense. I also had to like turn off move objects a whole lot for this build just to kind of make sure that Sims could route in certain areas. I did already place test this house, so there were some things that I changed after I finished building everything or furnishing everything, so we'll go over that as we get to it. But as for right now though, we're in the living room. I kind of wanted to have like a lot of the like living and stuff kind of go on here, so I put like the playpen in the middle. I also put up some like book bags and stuff like that. Originally this was supposed to be like a family generation style house, but then I was like, no, CJ, it could definitely be like for a daycare professional. Like, I'm telling y'all, whenever I do these kind of builds, the idea always diverges. Like, it always, I'll start out with something and I'll end up with something else, if that makes sense. So right now, as you'll see, we have like a green wallpaper, but I decided to change the wallpaper for a more burgundy style. I kind of feel like it kind of just made a little bit more sense, and it made the house feel a little bit more homey, if that makes sense. So I kind of like changed the color of that. Now I'm just kind of like recoloring a lot of the other objects in here. Like the entertainment center, I made it more brown. I changed the end table, and I used the Into the Future plant, which I never use that for anything in here. We also have this one from the Showtime pack, so I kind of wanted to put that in the hallway. It actually took me a really long time, y'all, to figure out the color scheme. I had to keep pausing the recording a lot and like changing stuff up, playing with different colors and patterns. Like, this build took me a while, but I just love how it turned out in the end. Like, this to me just feels like a lived-in family style home, if that makes sense. So like, we have this end table from the Generations pack. I'm trying to clutter it up a little bit by putting toys. I had to keep pausing the recording to go look on the Sims 3 store to see like all the different like kid items in the game, because sometimes I kind of forget. So I wanted to like, for example, use like those little like baby monitor things from the store. So I put those in like every room of the house. I'm also using this rocking chair from the Supernatural pack, which I never use this one. I always like the other one because it looks a little bit more traditional, but I was like, this one would be kind of nice in a house like this, you know? And moving on next, we're in the kitchen, and I'm going to be honest with y'all, the kitchen is not my favorite room. I really struggled with the color scheme and like how I wanted this to look. So I kind of went with a more like, I don't know, like rustic, I guess, vibe in the kitchen. It's like kind of brown and green, kind of like old and outdated, if that makes sense. That's the kind of the vibe that I wanted to go for the kitchen. It's kind of like a little bit older, a little bit more outdated. I think maybe the stove and the fridge is like the newest thing in this room, and maybe like the high chairs. But as you can see, this is kind of like the color I went with. I did go back later and change the wallpaper in here, so it is still green, but I put like some tile behind the cabinets and stuff like that just to kind of have like a backsplash. I also wanted to use that big rounded table from the base game. I also used a couple high chairs in here, and for whatever reason, so in The Sims 3, I don't think high chairs slot to tables like they do in The Sims 4, which is really unfortunate because I really wanted to slot them there, but I ended up using 2 high chairs and I just kind of like put them behind the table. This is like around the time when I had to like make sure to turn on and off move objects just to make sure that everything could like work and stuff like that, and everything would be functional. So like right now I'm kind of like squeezing them in the corner, so I was like, let me turn off move objects a little bit just to kind of make sure. So I had to like move the table over. It was a whole lot of just like moving and turning on and off move objects. Later on, it doesn't show up in the video, but I did go back and I added like a really nice china cabinet behind the table just to kind of fill in some more space. I did playtest this house already, so everything should work. everything should work, y'all. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the kitchen. And then we have like this little mudroom hallway behind the kitchen. So I wanted to kind of like clutter this up a little bit. So I ended up putting a bookshelf, and then I ended up putting like a shoe rack and a mirror. I should have put a washer and dryer, but doing laundry in The Sims 3, I guess in The Sims in general, but mainly in The Sims 3, is kind of annoying because like laundry will just spawn everywhere. So, I mean, I guess you have to have a laundry basket. It's kind of annoying to do laundry in the game. So I didn't put a washer and dryer, but this would have been like the perfect space for a washer and dryer. But I was just like, no, I can't. I don't want to put y'all through that. But I do think that the hallway is nice. Now, you'll see that there's like a potty in the next room. Originally, that room was going to be the bathroom, but then I was like, well, realistically speaking, you would probably want the bathroom to be really accessible, and you probably wouldn't want to have to go through the kitchen, you know, to go to the bathroom. So I decided to make this bigger room over here at the bathroom. So I knew that I wanted to use a lot of the, like, I think it's called the Animal Abound set from the Sims 3 store. I wanted to use like a lot of the objects from that set. So it comes with like some bathroom stuff. So I was like, ooh, we have got to use it. I'm also really glad that the S3 DT mod came out, because as you'll see right now, I'm actually able to move the mirror up a little bit above the wall, because like for whatever reason, like this object, it comes with the same set, but like if you put the mirror behind that sink, it kind of clips, and I hate it. So like the mod really came in clutch. So originally I wanted to kind of use like this, like, I don't know, like yellowish washed out wallpaper. It looks nice, but I kind of wanted to go for like a blue wallpaper in here, so I do change it later on. This is just me now trying to clutter up everything. So I put a couple potties in here. I put a little like mat down by the tub. I also like use that little panda towel rack in here as well. And then I was trying to find it, but I couldn't find it when I was recording. There's like a little panda toilet paper like holder type thing, and I could never find it, but I found it when I stopped recording, so I put that in here. It's right beside the panda towel rack. And then I also found like this little like cabinet thing. So this is also some store content. It's kind of like a little drawer for like baby stuff, so to speak. So I knew that I wanted to put that in here, and this took me a while to do. So I was looking for like clothes and stuff, because I was like, I know there's like some clothes in the game that we could use. So I was like, maybe I could like put some t-shirts folded up. Maybe like some kids have extra pairs of clothes or something. Maybe they had like an accident or something like that. And then I also wanted to use like this little like paper towel rack, and it has like some little like soap dispensers beside it, you know, to kind of like be a little bit more realistic. I was really trying to clutter up this house a lot today. And then I kind of finished off the bathroom by putting a little plant in here, and that's pretty much everything for the bathroom. I think it looks really cute. So like I said, this house has 2 other bathrooms, but they're both upstairs. But I kind of felt like having like a big accessible bathroom downstairs would make a lot of sense, especially if you're in the daycare profession when you play in this house, because like it'll be like really easy access. So I decided to turn this other room into a home office space. So like maybe, you know, the mom is back here, like, you know, keeping track of the books and like who owes what, and like all the like the kids information and stuff like that. So I feel like she has all of that back here, and I feel like she uses this room as like a little way to get away from everything. Maybe like when she puts all the babies down or kids down for a nap or something, she like comes in here just for a little bit to kind of just chill. I did put a baby monitor in here just in case, you know, anything were to happen. So we have a baby monitor. Originally I was gonna put a bookshelf in here, but then I was like, having 2 bookshelves beside each other like that didn't really look good to me. So I swapped out the other bookshelf for a chair. I put a rug in there, and that's pretty much like everything. And this is like the part of the video where I'm like putting baby monitors everywhere just so I could make sure because like babies actually will go to them, like the toddlers will, and they'll like start crying to let you know what they need. So I wanted to put a bunch of those in here. But moving on, this is the upstairs portion. So the first room that we tackle is the mom's room, you know, obviously. This room went through a lot of changes, y'all. I changed the color of this room a lot. So at first it was blue, and then it was a green color, and then I kind of settled on purple as being like the color scheme for this upstairs room. So I'm using a lot of the objects from the contemporary set off of the Sims 3 store. So we have the bed, the nightstand. This vanity is from a different set on the Sims 3 store. I think it's like Into the Woods or something like that. It's like one of the wood sets on the Sims 3 store. I wanted to kind of use that in here. It took me so long, y'all, to figure out the color of the wallpaper. Like realistic, you might not can tell though, because the footage is kind of sped up, but y'all, it took me so long. Like it was kind of embarrassing to like figure out how and where I wanted everything to go, but I think the end result was pretty nice. I ended up using like those chairs from the Generations pack. I put one over here by the vanity, and I also put another one over in that little corner section in the room. I also put a TV in here. Now when I was playtesting, I found out that the TV was in the way, so I had to like move it a little bit more into the wall. But this room is fully functional, which I'm really happy about. So that's pretty cool. I also put like some plants in here too, just to kind of fill in the space a little bit more. I just really love this room. I think it's like really relaxing to kind of like look at and stuff like that. I feel like she kind of comes in here a lot during the day too, just to kind of like chill a little bit, maybe watch some TV or something like that. But that's pretty much it for this room. Now, this room also has an ensuite bathroom right beside it. So I kind of struggled a little bit with like trying to figure out how I wanted this to go. Because originally I was like, this is going to have to be a half bathroom because like there's no way I can fit like a shower, a tub, and a sink in here. However, I was able to do it. I just did not have the right idea when I started out. So you'll see that I'm using a pedestal sink, and I also use like a toilet, and then I was like, where the heck can a shower go? So I was like, maybe it can go in like that little corner section by the toilet. But the thing is, even though it can fit there, a sim can't get to it. So I use like the angled shower from the base game. Now, like I said, a sim can't use it. So I had to like move the door one tile beside the TV, and then I was able to like move the pedestal sink over like where this shower is right now, and then like it was able to work. So like I basically swapped some stuff around in here, and it kind of just worked after that. Literally looking at this, you would think this would work, but no, it didn't. So yeah, just know that I swapped it around. You'll see the screenshots at the end of the video. It'll show you like what it looks like. Moving on, this is the second bathroom. So this is more like a bathroom, I would say, like for the older kids to use. So like, you know, in the daycare profession, as you advance, you'll have like, you know, babies and toddlers, and then eventually you can like babysit kids and stuff like that when they grow up. So I kind of wanted this bathroom to kind of be for like the kids, you know, upstairs. You'll see it in a little bit. The room that has the bookshelf, I kind of wanted that room to be like for the older kids. So like maybe after they finish their homework, you know, and if they don't have like a project or anything to do, they can kind of go upstairs to the playroom and just kind of hang out until the parents come. So like in that room, I have like, of course, this bookshelf. I think this bookshelf is from Generations, I want to say, or Seasons maybe. But in this room, I wanted to put like a computer desk in here, and I have like an older computer, you know, because like, you know, the older like 90s furnishings in here kind of. So we have like an older like tube computer. It only has like a couple games on it, you know, and it probably can't even connect to the internet. So like, you know, but if you're a kid, you probably don't even know. But anyway, so we have that. We have like some posters and stuff. I kind of feel like some of this furniture was her son's like furniture in his room when he was little, but she's just kind of like recycling it for like new kids and stuff. So we have like some nice posters in here. I put a couple of beanbag chairs in here as well. We have a nice rug. And then I was trying to like figure out what else I could put in here, and I was like, oh, a toy box, CJ. So I definitely put a toy box in here as well. So we have that. Then this is just me now recoloring the beanbag chairs, just trying to like make them look kind of cool and unique and stuff like that. Like honestly, this is kind of realistic to me because when I was in daycare, me and my siblings, we literally were at a place that was kind of like this. It was like a house that was like converted into like a daycare center, and it had like a room like this where like if you were older, you could go upstairs and like play games and stuff like that. So that's kind of like realistic to me, if that makes sense. So I kind of wanted to like include one of those in this kind of house. But that's pretty much everything for this room. And then the last and final room is gonna be like the sleeping room, I guess, for like the babies and toddlers. You know, when the mom goes to put them down for a nap, you know, she can like come up here and like put them down for a nap and stuff like that. So I wanted this room to kind of look really cute and, you know, like colorful. So I have like some really cute wallpaper. I used the cribs from the base game, and then I kind of just recolored them a little bit. I also wanted to use the changing table somewhere in this house, so I put one in the hallway, and then I also used like one of those little drawer things from the bathroom downstairs, and I kind of like used that upstairs as well. But honestly, y'all, that's pretty much it for the entire house. I love the way this turned out. I kind of feel like it looks realistic, and honestly, I kind of want to like have a sim, like make a sim that's in the daycare profession and have them play in this house, because like honestly, I love the way this one turned out. So hopefully y'all will like it too. If you do like the house and you want to download it, I am going to leave a link down below. But anyway, y'all, that is all that I have for this video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like, comment something down below, and be sure to stick around for the screenshots because they'll show you how the house will look when you go to download it. But anyway, y'all, that is all that I have for this one, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye! Thanks for watching!